understanding the market, I look at some of the greatest products of our time, and they came out of an inventor who wanted it not for other people, not for a company. They wanted it themselves.
I put in work, y'all wanna dream. I got the ethic that works, no one can get it like me. I be in the booth, losing some sleep. I got the ethic that works, no one can get it like me.
What's up guys, we are at Emerge Americas at the kickoff party and we're about to go in. It's going live, all the guys are there, all the VIPs. We're going to be networking, we're going to be meeting a lot of startups, people in tech here in South Florida, everybody from Latin America and beyond. So let's go and have a good time.
Every night on my grind, 4 a.m. They tell me that I'm on, thought I told you I'm the shit. Come back in the year to see where I'm at. Numbers get stacked all the way from the back of the pack into the man of the year. Got it like that. They told me I couldn't rap faster than women I get with, and I was like, okay. But when I get pissed off, I swear I turn into a savage like my name was OJ. Reminisce back to the old days when I wouldn't get any love. Now it's like when I walk around in my city, they all trying to tell me what's up. All trying to get on my nuts. That's so cashews. I'm a bad dude rapping for a career path. Homie, I just had to, yeah. Losing my mind, sleeping all these days. Wide awake, I can't help it, I'm this way. Every night on my grind, 4 a.m. They tell me that I'm on, thought I told you I'm the shit. Losing my mind, sleeping all these days. Wide awake, I can't help it, I'm this way. Every night on my grind, 4 a.m. They tell me that I'm on, thought I told you I'm the shit.
What is up guys, welcome. We are at Emerge Americas. It just kicked off, it's still 8 a.m. in the morning, but we are about to meet Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple. So stay with me, and in about a second, we're about to meet him.
Talking cheap, I don't really listen. Talking cheap, I don't really listen. Just another man on a mission. Talking cheap, I don't really listen.
If you were to start a company now, what would you look for in a non-technical co-founder? Meaning, what does a non-technical co-founder have to do to score somebody like you?
I want to make sure that we have the technology and that the non-technical co-founder appreciates and respects the technology element, the thinking of the technologist, and works with them and doesn't think, I am the key, I will come up with business ideas and make success. I go back to Steve Jobs until he left Apple Computer. Had failure after failure after failure, trying to create his own computer rather than mine, which made the company, all the company's profits for the first 10 years of Apple. But he tried to create it out of his ideas on paper without knowing the technology elements of it. And that led to a lot of the failures weren't because it was bad ideas. It's just that you have to be able to know what it's going to cost to implement and things like that, and what it's going to take as a technologist. If you are a technologist, yes, you should look for somebody who wants to move a business, who wants to make your product successful so that a lot more people will get the works of your technology and your engineering and design and all that. That's very important. Do not disrespect it, but also more importantly, do not disrespect marketing. The ability to go out and sell things is often thought of as engineers work with facts and data and conclusions, and it works or it doesn't. In the old analog design days with calculus or the modern programming days, it's still got to work, and you got to think out long chains. That's realism. That's feet on the groundism. And marketing is often we've got to convince people with attitudes and words, and we've got to play tricks and make things like that. I could never be that kind of person, but it's very important. Well, the most important thing of all is whatever you're creating has to sell. Has to be important to other people, not just yourself. And sometimes it's important, it solves a problem, but it isn't enough to lead to successful product, a lot of purchases. Understanding the market, I look at some of the greatest products of our time, and they came out of an inventor who wanted it not for other people, not for a company. They wanted it themselves, for something it would do to their own lives. And look at the iPhone. Steve Jobs made sure that every little detail was right and that it was not confusing, and that's how it turned out. My Apple II was so much a computer and a game in one, and human, and it was for me. That was the way I wanted for myself. I look at Elon Musk. Why would anyone ever have built a large electric car? It's going to change the world, the Tesla Model S. Why? He had a large family. He thought about, why would anybody make a car so safe? Every decision, he told me, every decision that he made for safety was for his own children. And the first 6 charging stations are such an important part of electric cars, and Tesla's in there with not only the car, the charging stations, the energy sources. The first 6 charging stations were between Elon's home in Southern California and the factory in Fremont. And I know because long before I had a Tesla, I would drive by and stop at those stations to see this beautiful new car, and take pictures of it. So that's, when you're doing it for yourself and it's going to represent yourself, you don't let little cruddy things happen. You keep true to the simplistic elegance that Steve Jobs would talk about. It's a big part of my own life.
Yeah. See, I've heard it all before. You running your mouth with the same old shit and no way out. I don't wanna hear about how your fun's been lately.
Alright guys, eMERGE 2017 is a wrap. It's been an amazing weekend. I met a lot of cool people, startups, potential investors, potential partnerships, overall great networking. Again, this year's a wrap, so thank you so much for joining and hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Talking cheap, I don't really listen. Talking cheap.